Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you real quick for a album review, and then I'm gonna have to go run some errands or whatever after this video. So this is for the next Bush Marathon Studio album review that I'm gonna be reviewing for you guys this afternoon. And this is for The Sea of Memories. I called it The Sea of Monsters, so please forgive me if I said that. I just didn't know the title of the album at first. But it's called The Sea of Memories, is when I looked it up and all that. So I'm going to be talking about this album for all 12 tracks. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this Bush, The Sea of Memories album, and let you know my thoughts on this album review that I'm going to be talking about in this review. So let's dive into this album review. Now, basically, it starts with the first song, The Mirror of the Signs, and that's a solid way to open the album up. Kind of a strong track in its own way, just has some moments where I don't know if I really like certain aspects about the chorus with how it's sounding, but I think it did alright for what it went for. Instrumentally, it's pretty good. So, really like the instrumentation in this. Some of the electronic work, yeah, it's not for everyone, I guess you could say, but there's some electronic work in the background that's alright. But that's probably what I was trying to reiterate and say, that the electronic work did solid but not great, so 4.5 out of 5 for The Mirror of the Signs. The Sound of Winter is another solid track, pretty melodic for a song. It has some drum work in it, and Gavin Rossdale singing in it is pretty strong. So I'm not really hating this song, so 4.5 out of 5. The next track is All My Life, and there was some cringe to this song with Gavin Rossdale singing, and that kind of set the track back a bit and made the rating drop a bit, in my opinion. So 3.5 out of 5 for All My Life. It just has some weird vocal pitches from Gavin Rossdale that I'm not sure if I'm connecting with on a level where I like it. So the chorus isn't bad, but it's just when the pre-chorus comes in, it kind of gets cringy in my opinion. So with how Gavin Rossdale's singing it, but still the song was average. So 3.5 out of 5. The Afterlife is the next song, and that's another average track. Not sure if I'm feeling for it, in my opinion, with the vocals from Gavin Rossdale. It's not terrible instrumentally, but it's just, it has its weak points. Mostly the verses have the weak points. Along with All My Life, the verses were kind of weak, but Afterlife had very weak verses, in my opinion. But still, the track did averagely, so 3.5 out of 5. All Night Doctors was a solid track. It's bringing the album back to a better standard to where it's solid. And then this album alternates. It has average tracks, it has decent songs, and solid tracks. The solid tracks being the good ones. So, yeah, All Night Doctors. I did like how it was sounding overall, and Gavin Rossdale singing in it was much better, in my opinion. So, 4.5 out of 5. Baby Come Home is the sixth track on the album, so about the halfway point of the album. Another solid track. I like Gavin Rossdale singing in it, and instrumentally it's pretty strong. So not really disappointed with this track with how it sounded execution wise, and production was pretty solid. So 4.5 out of 5. Red Light is the next song, and it's decent. It just gets repetitive with Gavin Rossdale singing Red Light and other lyrics pertaining to that. Getting into the lyric Red Light, it just gets a little repetitive with some lyricism in the chorus. But other than that, it's a decent song. It's not the worst thing I've heard, but it's something. So 4 out of 5. She's a Stallion is a solid track in my opinion. Um, I don't necessarily hate this song with how it's sounding. Vocally from Gavin Rossdale, it's pretty strong, and just the way the mixing and production is for the instrumentation and some of the electronic work is somewhat solid. So 4.5 out of 5. I Believe in You is the next song, and another solid track. Didn't hate this one with how it sounded. So yeah, kind of am digging this track a bit, but it has some weak moments when you get into some of the verses, but the chorus is where it has its strong points. So 4.5 out of 5. Stand Up is the next song, and that's another solid track in my opinion. I know I keep saying the same thing. It's just this is how I review my albums. Do these album reviews by going by track and letting you guys know what I think of each song. So if you're wondering, and if you're new to the channel, that's how I do my album reviews. I go track by track and let you know what I liked and disliked about the song. I like Stand Up only because Gavin Rossdale's vocals are pretty strong in this, and also there are some weak tendencies in the song with just the melody somewhat, but still solid track. So 4.5 out of 5. The Heart of the Matter is a decent song, not my favorite one. The reason why it's not my favorite one is because there's, I think this and Red Light, there's some repetitive lyrics in this song, mostly in the chorus, I think. And yeah, I wasn't connecting with it too much on a level where I liked it, so 4 out of 5. And finally, Be Still My Love is a solid way to end the album. So not a bad way to end this album. So 4.5 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I think The Sea of Memories by Bush is a decent album for their return since their 10-year hiatus since Golden State, which definitely go check out my album review for Golden State if you haven't seen it. I think you will enjoy it. But this one is a decent return for them for this album, in my opinion. So overall, in my opinion, I think Bush, The Sea of Memories, is a decent album. Not my favorite, but it's something at least. It's better than Razorblade Suitcase, but it's still one of the weakest ones. This album, it's the second weakest, but it's a little bit up there, close to the Science of Things and all that, so it's in the middle between the Science of Things and Razorblade Suitcase. So first score for me, I'm giving Bush, The Sea of Memories a 7 out of 10. This was a decent listen. Definitely give it a shot and see what you think of this album for yourself, and what you think of it in your own opinion, because in my opinion I think it's decent. It has a few songs I'm not sure if I'm connecting with, like All My Life, The Afterlife. Those tracks were the weakest, and that's what brought the rating down. And also Red Light and The Heart of the Matter. They weren't terrible songs, they just performed decent to averagely, in my opinion. So, yep, 7 out of 10 for Bush, The Sea of Memories album for this review. Comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the Bush, The Sea of Memories album if you've listened to it. And if you enjoyed this album review I did for you guys this afternoon right before I have to go run some errands. So I might not do the plain movie review till like tonight or tomorrow. I gotta see what I'm doing. So if you did enjoy this album review for Bush, The Sea of Memories, comment below and let me know what you guys thought of this album review I made for you guys this afternoon for their 5th studio album, The Sea of Memories. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Support the channel. The next Bush album review I think is called Man on the Run. So I'm gonna check that album out and review it probably Wednesday, I believe. And then the next Bush album review won't be till the 20th, and the 21st will be I think The Kingdom, if I remember correctly. I'm not 100% sure. So I might end it with The Kingdom, because I've already reviewed The Art of Survival. You can definitely go check that album review out if you haven't seen it yet, because I think I did a pretty good job on it. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this Bush The Sea of Memories album review. I think the Bush Marathon Studio albums are ending, for these album reviews are ending on the 21st, hopefully. But I'll keep you guys posted on if I have to delay it or not. But still, stay safe. Take care, guys. Hope you enjoyed this Bush The Sea of Memories album review. Keep in mind, it's just my personal opinion on what I thought of this album. If you didn't like this review, let me know in the comment section below what you liked and disliked about this review. And as always, I will see you in my next review. Thanks for watching.